Hi everybody. We just wanted to make a quick thank you and update video on everything that has happened since we posted our announcement just a few days ago. Obviously during that time this little guy was in the hospital having thousands of seizures a day, and as you can see he's out of the hospital now and having mostly controlled seizures, but he's still a wiggly toddler who wants to go everywhere. Let's pass him off to Tom Deacon now. So obviously I don't even think we know how to be grateful enough for all of the support that all of you have shown, just because it was so unprecedented and the response from the community was above and beyond everything that we could have possibly hoped for. I mean, the fact that the entire TechTuber community came together for us, Linus and Luke obviously, Science Studio, Hardware Canucks, Toasty Bros, Gear Seekers, Barnacles, Bitwits, Paul's Hardware, like everybody, seriously, if I forgot your name and you helped us, we're in awe still of the amount of support that we received. And it has been an incredibly challenging week because while you guys were being so amazing and helping us so that we didn't have to worry about the finances, unfortunately no amount of money makes him better, and he was still in the hospital. You were in the hospital with him for 9 days.
Yeah. We actually didn't even know if we would get admitted when we went, but it turned out like he was in status epilepticus and he was definitely in an emergency situation. So 9 days has smoothed that out, and we're hoping to keep him well so that the baby and I can now travel to the United States and get working on having the best care that he can, because this is a long journey.
Yes. So their plan is to move within about 2 weeks, and then it's me and my older two sons who are going to be following as soon as we possibly can. We're going to be posting a video later this week about just everything we kind of have left to get rid of here in the office, just so you guys can get an understanding of where everything is. But raising over $100,000 on GoFundMe is not what we were expecting in the slightest.
We were wondering if we would hit $10,000. And this is from a community that obviously you know, but I don't know anybody. So I have to say thank you to all the people that I don't know who have made such a difference in my child's life.
Yeah. And so because it was above and beyond everything that we could imagine, first off, we would like to communicate that this is just going to go towards long-term care. And from the families that we've talked to in the States who have SYNGAP children, $100,000 isn't going to last us terribly long for the medical costs that we're going to have to endure. Yeah,
and I think maybe just to give a bit of perspective, I actually had, I think 3 or 4 parents contact me and say $10,000 is not enough. Is that just to cover your flights to get there? But with Emmett, because SYNGAP affects so many things, he needs proper treatment, medications, maybe participation in clinical trials for his epilepsy, of which it is very severe. So that's, we're probably talking maybe even monthly visits to a neurologist for that, and multiple rounds of EEGs and trying different meds. But he also needs speech therapy, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, possibly different apparatuses for walking. He needs
orthotic shoes and potentially even a walker.
Yeah, and then we have to keep track of so many different things going on in his body, blood levels for this and that. We're going to be starting keto that requires a dietitian's advice. There's just so many different aspects of treating SYNGAP that, wow.
And the CBD oil that's approved in Florida that we're going to try to get him on, the yearly cost for that is $32,000 a year.
Yeah.
Just for the medication.
Yeah, God willing, we're going to have insurance that pays for that, but it's an incredibly expensive disease to have. And we'd also really love for him to participate in clinical trials and different research that's going on for SYNGAP. So if we've got the time and money for that in the future, then we certainly want to contribute to the community.
Traveling to different universities and getting him tested for different things.
Yeah. So anyways, I I didn't really read too many comments because I know that's a dangerous thing to do. But I know that if I were giving to somebody and I saw that they really outdid what their goal was, I would wonder, what are they going to use the money for? And the simple answer to that is we will never have a shortage of medical things that we need to buy and do for Emmett.
Because there's no cure for him. This is a long journey that we have to be on with him for the rest of his life. And there is hope for a cure, but it's a decade or two out. And that's if it happens. It's still about 10 years away. So we still have decades of development and medication and things that we have to go through with Emmett. But the point of this wasn't to say that woe is us, we have tons of medical bills. The point was to also say that your generosity has been so outstanding that we also will be helping. One, we know some special needs families here in South Africa that we'll be leaving behind, who are very dear friends of ours. And they are going through the same trials and struggles that we are as far as getting specialists, but they don't have the option of going to the United States to seek treatment. So we will be using some of the GoFundMe money to help with their medical costs. And then also, to be transparent, we're also going to be giving a portion of the GoFundMe money to SYNGAP Research for a cure. Because that's one of the biggest things, is that yes, we have tons of immediate medical bills that we need to take care of, but we also want our son cured. And so we'll be giving to a nonprofit that works with universities and labs to hopefully develop something that could cure our son in the future.
And SYNGAP's actually quite an amazing, it's got an amazing community, because we only have about 400 diagnosed patients in the world, though we know there just definitely are many more. But there's like an inordinate amount of research going towards this particular disease. And so we're really excited to contribute to that, knowing that there's actually quite a number of universities and high caliber researchers who are not only looking into learning more about the disease, but about different gene therapies and other ways of actually providing a cure.
So we just wanted to be forthright about what we're going to be doing with the money. It's going to go towards Emmett. It's also going to go to some special needs families here in South Africa, 2 very personal friends, and we're going to set it up so that we know that it's going to be used properly, and then also for research for a cure in the future. And we also want to just say that if you still feel compelled to help us on this journey, please don't give to the GoFundMe anymore. It's gone above and beyond everything. We don't want that. If you still feel led to help our family, we would highly advocate that you give towards one of the SYNGAP research organizations. We'll leave a link down below to 2 great ones, Bridge the Gap and SYNGAP Research Fund. If you want to help out with a future cure for our son, you can do that. But as far as us personally, don't give to the GoFundMe anymore. Like it was above and beyond what I could have even imagined. It was insane. If you want, we still have other options of supporting us, like subscribing to us on Twitch, or watching our videos, or viewing our live streams, or potentially buying some of our new merch that has been made. You can do that because then you're getting something in return for that. But as far as just the straight donations, thank you. It's been unbelievable.
It has, and I think I got to watch the GoFundMe jump by
because you were taking care of Emmett, and so you would check on it every few hours.
I was in the hospital when it was happening, and I would check, and then I'd come back an hour later, and it would be up $5,000, and I was just thinking, wow, this is insane. And I mean, like Brett said, it didn't make Emmett better. That's a journey to go on, but it was just so comforting and encouraging to be in the hospital and to see what Emmett has gone through, but then to see the outpour of love for him, and to know that I'm not stuck here in this situation where he's not getting great care, because other people have contributed so that he can go get some of the best care. And it really just it kind of helped me to keep going, because it was a tough 9 days.
Yeah. So that's the plan. My wife is leaving in 2 weeks with our son. I'm leaving after that. You guys have literally changed our lives.
Yeah.
The things that we were considering 2 weeks ago about what do we have to get rid of? What are we going to have to sacrifice? What medical care can we get for Emmett? What medical care will we have to wait to save up for? We're having entirely new conversations about that, and we have so many new options to consider for his treatments, things that we couldn't have even dreamed about before. And so we just really thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and you've made a huge difference in our lives, in the life of our son, and hopefully going forward in the lives of people who do have rare diseases, and hopefully we can get this cured.
Yeah, I'd love to come back to South Africa in years from now and see that there's actually a community around this disease, and there's proactive things being done, because we know that there's kids living in the townships and kids living in the city who have it, but they're just not diagnosed yet. So we'll see. We're going to do what we can.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll keep you updated as things progress. I'll be making videos as I can. Obviously, things are quite crazy now, because it's now like last week my kid was in the hospital. This week he's out of the hospital, still having seizures, and we have to get rid of everything we own and get out of here. So,
yeah.
Things have changed for the better, but still the same basic situation of Emmett needs a lot of special care.
Yeah.
So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.